to make new artboards, all you have to do is while you're in your file, click on this icon here. It's the artboard tool. It's a square with the little hashtags in the corner. You're going to click on that and everything kind of goes gray and you see this outline here. Up at the top of your screen, you'll see artboard and the size of your, like the actual term, so tabloid, which is 11 by 17. This indicates that it is in portrait. This one is landscape. And this little icon with the square with the plus is the one that lets us make a new artboard. So if I just click on that, it's going to make my new artboard. I'm going to click on it again to make a third artboard. While I'm still in this window, I'm going to go ahead and slide this over. So I got a little more space because I'm planning to do a little work here. And then I'm going to take this one, slide it over. I'm going to plan to do one artboard in landscape mode. So what you got to watch out for is if this is too close or touching and you go to do the landscape mode, it overlaps. That's why I left it a little bit further away. So I'm going to put that in landscape, click back on my selection tool, and now I'm just going to take my whole artboard, click and drag over it. I'm going to hold my Option key and I'm going to do a click and drag to bring it over. And then I'm going to do it one more time. So I have what I'm considering my finished poster done. And now I'm going to go and do two more layouts. So the whole idea here is that my first layout really focused on balance, right? There's pretty good symmetry going on here. At the top, the weight of this is the same as the weight on the bottom if we cut this in half. So my next one, I think I'm going to go for maybe I'm going to work on contrast a little bit. So I'm going to bring these images out and I'm going to rotate here. So I'm going to play around with some of this, the other components of my design, and I'm going to make it so that I'm working with contrast here. So I'm going to delete this white box because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to change my text so that it's white. And now I'm going to play around with this whole layout, and I'm going to create a completely different setup with this. Maybe I'm going to focus on proportion, and I'm going to make this guy bigger. Maybe I'll add a white box behind it so that it stands out. So the whole point is that you are taking your original image and then you are creating a completely different layout, and you're focusing on using the creative process to change it up, focus on the principles of design, balance, contrast, all of those things, to see if you can make another layout using the components that you already have created. You shouldn't need to add anything to this, but maybe you do. Maybe you need to add a white box like I was talking about. So it shouldn't be too much of creating new artwork as you're working with creating new artboards.